Hi, One SBR Videos. It's week 17 in the NFL. We are talking with Jeff Cadillac from jeffcadillac.com. We're going to get two of his picks, two of his top plays from NFL week 17, the first game he has chosen to discuss with us, the Steelers at the Browns. Jeff Cadillac, thanks for being back with us. The Steelers, of course, off a straight-up loss to the Ravens as a huge favorite. Here they are once again in the huge favorite role. Pittsburgh on the road, -10. Cleveland at home, +10. Who does Jeff Cadillac like in this one?
I will surprise a lot of people, but I do like Cleveland plus the points at home.
Holy shit.
Yeah, here against Pittsburgh, and I'm going to tell you why as usual. First of all, Pittsburgh last week, they laid a goose egg at Baltimore.
Yes,
if you notice that game, Big Ben out of whack, threw a couple interceptions, bad passes all over the place. I think they took Baltimore for granted. And Ryan Mallett was basically, he's auditioning for a job in 2016 somewhere in the NFL. If it's not with Baltimore, he wants to show everybody that he still has a lot left in the tank and that he's a NFL caliber player. And Baltimore just really got up for that game. I mean, Pittsburgh, D'Angelo Williams did run for 100 yards, but Big Ben, he's out of whack. He's not throwing the ball where he should be to his receivers. It just was a bad game for Pittsburgh. Cleveland, on the other hand, I loved Cleveland last week, +11 versus Kansas City. I love that game because Kansas City's defense is the one that's saving them in these games. Kansas City's offense has been very stagnant as of recently, and that's why I love Cleveland with the points. I figured Johnny Manziel on the road, he's got something to prove, and sure enough, he was driving in the last minute or so, and they were getting close to getting into the Kansas City end zone. But I love Cleveland +11. I knew they would keep it close. Now, in this game, Cleveland at home, I do like the points here. I think Johnny Manziel also, he's been playing very well at home against the spread, if you've noticed. He might not have won the game straight up, but they've been a lot of close games here. And this is why I like Cleveland. Cleveland would like none other than to take Pittsburgh out of the playoff picture this year. It would be great for them. They could leave the season on a high note. There hasn't been too many bright spots for Cleveland in this year, but I'll tell you something. This is one game that they would definitely like to have. And I think laying 10 at home to Cleveland by Pittsburgh, that's a big spread, and I love the points. Cleveland at home versus Pittsburgh in the last 8 games is 5-3 against the spread. So, I don't know what the odds makers were thinking here that, Pittsburgh is going to be a walk-away winner with this one. I think Pittsburgh definitely will win the game. I don't think they'll cover the 10 points because Cleveland will play them close. Now, also the dog in the last 17 games between Cleveland and Pittsburgh is 9-8 against the spread. I like Manziel. I think, like I said, playing at home, he's been a lot more confident than he's been on the road, which he did show me a lot of good things on the road last week. Hopefully it turns into this week for week 17. Of course, Cleveland, back to the drawing board for Cleveland, Peter. This is another disaster year for them, and they have, deficiencies on both sides of the ball that they need to address in the offseason. And their scouts and their coaching staff definitely needs to, maybe even be looked at as well to make some changes there so that they can be better prepared for 2016. But in this game, in Week 17, I love Cleveland plus the points at home.
All right, Jeff Cadillac likes Cleveland +10. Our regular viewers know what to do. Jeff Cadillac's website is jeffcadillac.com. Give a plug for that.
Okay, jeffcadillac.com. You got all the games analyzed every week for free. And also on Twitter at JeffCadillac1. Last 3 weeks in a row, the best bet of the week has been a winner, baby.
3 weeks in a row. Jeff Cadillac, it's a Christmas miracle. Thanks so much for your thoughts on Pitt Cleveland.